Hey everyone, it's episode 38 of Exploring Mill. It's your boy Shaft, aka that Mill guy, here to talk to you about Mono Blue Mill. Now, it's going to be a little different, right? And we're going to get into that. You might be able to understand that with the list down below, and if you kind of caught me on stream and everything, it's not the traditional Mono Blue list that we're used to seeing with Mill. And I want to go into the details with that. Modern Horizons 2 has obviously been a big reason for this. And I just thought, well, with the concept that the blue package in Mill, really just all the Mill spells are just blue now. We don't play Glimpse the Unthinkable anymore. With the package being blue, it's really just about what the other color can provide. So if the blue package is strong enough, what if blue was just good enough to do what it does? And really up until recently, it wasn't. It was a different style of deck than what we're traditionally used to with Dimir Mill, Esper Mill, whatever it might be. But I think times have changed. And we're going to get into that just in a sec. So past this meme right here, I'm talking about Sanity Grinding being the old version of this deck. Now, Sanity Grinding with Chroma, you get into a lot of math with it. It's 3 mana. It could be, it could be mill like 10, or it could be 3 mana mill 30. You know what I mean? You're revealing the top cards of your library. You're playing stuff like Cryptic Command. You could be playing Archmage's Charm, stuff like that to really be able to skyrocket the number that you can get off of this. But of course, with the advent of cards like Counterspell and hyper efficient tempo strategies that have a lot of answers at a lot of moments in the game, it's hard to be able to resolve a card like this consistently, especially if it's one of your primary sources of mill. If you're really just waiting to put it away, it just becomes a worse fraying sanity, or not fraying sanity, sorry, fractured sanity, where you can't just cycle it away when you have no use for it. So it becomes a card that's dead in your hand. It's a very hard card to enable because you need cards with maximum blue pips. You can't just be really playing cards with 1 blue pip or 2 blue pips. So that's where we kind of stray away from this Chroma concept. But I think the big reason that we need to understand why we're shifting away is, well, we need to understand what's going on in the modern meta right now and why and how our mill deck's adapting. So looking at the breakdown of everything, Hammer Time and Burn are still kind of at the top of the meta here. We still see a lot of aggro decks there. Of course, Murktide Regent is going to be up there as a premier tempo strategy, replacing that of Death Shadow as what it used to be. Azorius Control, taking advantage of the fact that now we're not playing cards like Opt or 1 mana removal spells. We're playing things like Prismatic Ending that can get around cards like Chalice of the Void, which these decks are now playing 2 to 3 copies of, to take advantage of Hammer, take advantage of Burn, and a bunch of free pitch spells. We then see Crashing Footfalls as the premier combo strategy. Now, Crashing Footfalls can be the regular 60 card version or the Urinos version, and then we just see a spew of other kind of multicolored decks kind of running around in the format. Obviously, we see stuff like Living End, Mill is down there as well. The Stoneblade decks, Reanimator decks, there's everything. There's a wide plethora of things to play in Modern, which means our answers need to be really varied, or a plan needs to be really strong. And we know that the Mill plan is strong enough as it is. We just need to be able to answer threats. Now, what type of threats we're looking at? We see Hammer, low to the ground, early threats that are 0 mana, 1 mana, Burn, obviously a bunch of 1 mana spells, Murktide Regent presenting us with threats like Ragavan or Dragon's Rage Channeler. So what are some of the options that our mill decks are doing right now? So if you look at Dimir Mill, we're seeing classically options like Fatal Push and Drown Lock being in the main board. For anything combo related, we have stuff like Surgical Extraction. Now, obviously the mill package is all there, and our sideboard is here to accentuate anything or any pieces that we might be feeling light on, in the game 1 scenario. If we move on into Esper Mill, we obviously have the ability to use cards like Prismatic Ending, kind of a better Fatal Push in some instances, maybe not in others, but giving us the multifaceted modality, I should say, that this card has to not only answer creatures, but also answer artifacts like Colossus Hammer or other effects that are dealing with us if we play against an artifact strategy, such as Affinity. So that's fantastic there, but classically, we still have the Drown Locks, we still have the Surgical Extractions, we do gain access to stuff like Path to Exile, but it's a traditional low-cost removal. We're seeing a pattern of 2 and primarily 1 CMC answers. Of course, if we move finally onto Azorius Mill, we see things like Fateful Absence, accompanying things like Prismatic Ending. Obviously, without playing black, we lose Drown in the Locks. We're playing things like Remand to help draw through our deck and just make tempo plays, just removing cards back to our opponent's hand, which does have value to it in a world of Cascade, where you can, again, as mentioned many times before, just return the cascaded card, so the Crashing Footfalls or the Living End, back to an opponent's hand where they can't cast it from there. So that's pretty useful in a sense if you're not going to be able to permanently get rid of it. In comes Suspend from Modern Horizons 2. The answer that we've been looking for. Blue has not traditionally had a quote-unquote hard removal spell in one. And of course, we see unsummon effects being the primary motivator for what blue can do. But this, in a sense, really is just a removal spell, right? Exiling a creature for 2 turns, so it's not bouncing into their hand where they can just recast it. What's sweet about a card like this is that not only does it exile, we have some fun, interesting synergies where it actually helps us with cards like Murktide Region, where if we suspend a Murktide Region that just came down on turn 2, that Murktide Region is going to come back to the battlefield as a 3/3. It's not going to have the counters that it had. It's not phasing out. So that's pretty sweet there. We do gain some options, and sometimes that's all we need. We're playing cards like Remand to tempo out our opponent, to give ourselves some turns, to find the cards we need to sequence together some mill spells to win the game. Lots of words, but that's what Suspend helps us do. It doesn't necessarily permanently get rid of the card, right? We're not putting cards into the graveyard, which is nice, so we lose some death triggers, especially when you start thinking about decks like Yawgmoth and stuff. That's helpful. When you start thinking of decks like Eldrazi Tron, it is leaving the cards are leaving the battlefield when they're exiled, so if you're thinking of those Thought-Knot Seers, you are drawing cards off that. So a little bit tempo might be exactly what you need, but obviously this card becomes a little difficult when you start thinking of enter the battlefield effects with the elementals creatures, but hey, you're just trying to build yourself time, and I think Suspend is the big reason I wanted to explore this strategy. Remand acts as the counterspell of choice. Obviously, we do have stuff like counterspell, but I'm going to talk about why we're not using that with the card I've actually previously mentioned. But Remand, again, as a way to tempo through our opponent. Even if the spell we try and counter doesn't get countered, the draw clause is separate. So if you're trying to counter an elemental through a Cavern of Souls, well, it's fine. It doesn't get countered. You're at least able to cash out this spell to then draw a card. So it's not bad in that sense. There's always a backup case, I should say, even if a spell can't be countered. Archmage's Charm is the big card that I want to use as the quote-unquote counterspell replacement. As you saw in my Dimir lists, we were running counterspells as of recently. As the kind of recording of these intros, I've updated my sideboard guides available on the Mill Discord to include counterspell. But I figure with Mono Blue, we could get a little bit spicier. Our mana base isn't working against us necessarily. So we can actually reliably cast this on turn 3. No issues, unless we just draw all the Field of Ruins in the world. Giving us the versatility to draw 2 cards when our opponent doesn't have any interactions, we're going low, obviously counter a spell, and gaining control of target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less is massive. When you think about cards like Ragavan, steal that. Dragon's Rage Channeler, steal that. If you have a creature that an opponent controls that has a Colossus Hammer equipped to it, don't steal the Colossus Hammer, don't steal anything else, steal the creature with that equipped onto it. Just take it, right? Obviously, they have 2 drops that they can kind of equip that with, but in that case, take the hammer. That's fine. But you get a lot of cool abilities with stealing cards that are 1 CMC or less. So that's something to think about in terms of the versatility that it has. One thing I do want to note is that if a Ragavan is dashed in, I do want everyone to remember this. If a Ragavan is dashed in, remember that the dash still does return that creature to its owner's, not controller, owner's hand at the next end step. So that is something to remember. You don't just keep the Ragavan. It's not that crazy of a tempo play. So if you do see your opponent top deck something, it's a Ragavan, they dash it in, just counter it. Don't try and do any shenanigans where you try and steal it. It's not going to work. Just be aware. But this is where this finally leads to my mono blue list. So the mill package is all there, 22 lands, 8 fetches, 4 fields. I'm bringing back the Shelldock Isles, of course, just to get some value out of it. But other than that, we have the Suspends, Remands. In a lot of ways, this really does feel like a Azorius mill list. But of course, we don't have those powerful white sideboard cards. So looking at the sideboard, we have Luros, so if you notice in the main board, I am running 3 Watery Graves. I do want to make sure I have the 3rd just in case of land destruction, that we have the ability to cast Luros. We have it, we might as well use it, especially because we're playing cards like the Ruin Crabs and Hedron Crabs to take advantage, and we are playing Soul Guide Lanterns in the main board, so we do have the ability to grind out and have value by drawing through our deck if we need to with our make your own baubles. In that case, we have the Profane Mementos on top as well, Surgical Extractions, everything else is pretty sweet. So other than that, I want y'all to enjoy the games that we just had here. We ended up going really well, and as you'll see in the stream that we did, I didn't actually expect to do this well. So hopefully y'all enjoy it, and I'll catch y'all for the wrap up. But if Daze was banned, that, I don't know, that's something people have been bringing up. I've been kind of trying to follow the legacy conversation, and It's an interesting proposition, I'll tell you that much. I mean, we're playing a league. Am I just here to like keep these bad hands? Ban only Scalding Tarn. Grace, thanks for the 4-month resub. Yo, ban only Scalding Tarn. Yo, all the twin players in Magic would just be like, yo, Modern is officially unplayable. Yeah, I'll keep this. I'm here for entertainment. I'm here to provide proof of concept. We'll make this work. I'm here to provide proof of concept. I'll keep these bad hands. What's interesting about Suspend is, remember that you can also save your own creatures should that ever matter. Like if your opponent is trying to exile your Loros or destroy your Loros, you can always just suspend the Loros. Oh god. What are we playing against right now? Is this Reanimator? Grief sack Grief. God damn. Better be catching these doves. God damn. How'd y'all do yesterday? How was it? I heard y'all were fighting about cow tipping. So I think they have to take Visions here. Visions has to be the correct take here. Okay. I rate it. Remand. Interesting. Because then, I don't know. Visions lets me draw a card. Grief, but then they play Spire Bluff? What am I playing against? I don't know, but... Oh, it definitely was. Trust me. What is it? Celeste called me, and they were in the middle of arguing about it. Oh, it's up again. Yeah, Architects. I need to find a land. Yeah, so what's nice about this right now is we don't have Surgical in the main board. So again, specifically this matchup, we do have Soul Guide Lantern, which is nice. If we can find it. If we can find it, that'd be nice, but we'll see. Looks like they're just going to be able to Cascade on 3 here. And okay, we have a Remand, not a land, but I will take it. So that's the thing, right? Like now they know that they know my hand, right? Like they know my hand minus 1 card, or yeah, minus 1 card. They don't know the Remand. So, you know, if they go for the Cascade, I can remand the living end back to their hand. Okay. So I believe that's what happens when you cycle it. Yeah. It's a cool card. You know what? This is one of those decks that I haven't played against in forever. It's been a hot minute. People seem to prefer putting like 2/4/4 rhinos onto the battlefield than doing this. Yeah. So I can't exactly tap out. That's the thing, right? Remembering that this deck, Violent Outburst, allows them to go off at instant speed, so don't really want to be kind of thing down here. Okay, so... Okay. Alright. At least we can Archive Trap them. Alright. I think they will just go for it here. That's fine with me. Yep, I'll Archive Trap them. I have to just mill them, right? Like, that's just part of it. I have to get them down low enough, and then, you know, eventually we even get to the point where if we can actually just start drawing some lands, Shelldock Isle turns on as well. So I have a hard counter stuck behind that as well. So that's pretty sweet. 6 cards, yep. So we'll remand that. They probably just have Force, right? If they do, I just have to concede. I can't do anything. That's fine. And I have like nothing. I can't do anything. That's fine. We tried. All right, begin sideboarding. Yeah, Tasha's gonna come straight out. Profane. I don't know. That we could definitely like overboard here. Profane Memento could work. We could. There's definitely a world where we overboard. I don't think Suspend is what we want. We don't need 1-drop removal. Echoing Truth can work. Test of Talents could be bait, but I think everything else is fine. Archmage's Charm just acts as a hard counter, right? Like that's really just what it is. And again, Profane Memento could be overboarding, and it probably is. So I think we'll just play it like this. Just kept a bad hand. I think we definitely could have kept a better hand that was a little bit more had more options, I should say. Maybe not proactive. Maybe we don't want to be. Maybe our mill plan doesn't want to be proactive against Living End, but I should say something that had a little bit more options to it, just because we weren't drawing lands, and we weren't kind of milling them through. Because I don't know. We lost a lot. We had to pitch our visions as well just to find a land. Just keep in bad hands, but we're here for the entertainment of it all, right? I'm hoping the Legacy League actually goes really well, and honestly, I really do hope this league goes really well. Hoping for a 3-2 at least, because I think this list has potential. If we can do relatively well with it, I do want to do an exploring mill on this, and I'll be doing exploring mill live with the legacy list, and I'll kind of put that out later on Thursday. But if the blue list does well, I kind of want to add it to the sideboard guide roster. So we'll see what that does. And honestly, it could just be the Archmage's Charms change. We could change those into the cons cards that I was talking about earlier, where it's 2 mana, instant, exile target creature, the creature's control and manifests. So we could change it to that. Maybe we don't want the counter spell and we just play 4 Surgical's Main, or I don't know, something like that. A lot of ways to play it, honestly, that I'm just thumbing through my head about. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's fine. I think our opponent's mulling. Oh, they're still deciding. So yeah, we've kept. They probably have like Grief, and like they have to keep like Grief. No, sorry. Grief combo or Force combo. A Force plus Counterspell combo. So they have to have some level of backup for the Force, right? And they have to try and with the combo, and then they might not even keep it with the combo. It looks like they kept 7. Ooh, all right. So nothing that necessarily stops us here. Not really a Luros game, so we're not gonna get that. So we'll play through. If they Grief us here, it'll probably be. Honestly, the Mystical Dispute. It could just it won't be the Archive Trap. It could very well be the Visions as well. If they I don't know. Okay. What do you got for me? So that's 14 cards in their yard. Mill them for 3, go to 17. I can hold up Dispute. And then, I don't know, Dispute's not going to be enough, right? We know that. We need more interaction. But we're hoping to get there on either the Soul Guy Lantern or the Surgical Extraction, right? That's really just the hope. Remembering that, you know, this deck can be a little bit tough for mill, just in terms of the numbers game, because a lot of Living End strategies will just play 3 copies of Living End. They won't play the full 4. So in a situation like this, where, you know, we could honestly Surgical the Endurance as well, but you see that we don't actually find a copy of Living End here for us to target. So there is that. Yeah, so we could very well just take the loss here. Very well just take the loss here. We'll see. Okay. Hoping they put one more card in their yard, and then maybe we could potentially like force out an Endurance or something. Like that'd be pretty good. They did keep a 7. So it could just be the nuts. Yeah, honestly, just very well could be the nuts. Like they have the force, they have endurance, they have the combo. They just need to find lands or something like that. Okay, that's a card in your yard. Yeah, I'll take that. It kind of sucks. Let me see if they'll... Oh my god, they'll actually put it in their yard first. Okay, perfect. So I'll actually just draw cards here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, wow. That is a interesting way to order that. I will actually just do this. Perfect. So they have more options, but like it's just more varied, right? So now where I'm going to struggle right now is first of all not having a backup counterspell and or surgical. So they have to take visions here. I don't know. They like visions is the only option here, I think. Because I can't counter anything with like mystical. I could hold up hard counter mystical dispute, to be fair. Archmage's Charm's not it. I can't cast that. Fractured Sanity doesn't do anything. Yeah, so it has to be visions. Just gives me more potential cards. Yo, come on. What do we got? What do we got? Come on, opponent. Maybe they're like trying to chat? Nah. Opponent's just like hard tripping right now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't change anything. I gotta do this and just hope they don't have it, right? That's just the truth of the matter. But I think they have to. That's interesting though. They grief pitched living end, and there's a living end in their yard. I mean, so that's fine. So they, so not that that really matters. They probably have one more living end in the deck, and we don't have a way to draw into a surgical extraction. So, or we do. Sorry, it's just we don't have a surgical extraction, which is slightly problematic. Slightly problematic. Okay. Take it. It's fine. More cards in there. Like, if they living end here, what's like my biggest problem? Nothing has haste. Endure. Okay, you know what? Endurance comes in. I don't know. Everything's a problem. Everything's a problem. Yeah, everything's a problem. Please just don't have a land. Oh, they don't have a land. Come on. They don't. They would have just played land and went for it. Yo, tell me. Ah, damn. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So that's not Violent Outburst. Yeah, no, you're right. So that is pretty important here, actually. So I can't feel them because I'll probably give them the red mana there. So I think I just have to cycle. Try and find blue. Okay, so isn't that just all copies of living? Well, okay, so I shouldn't say that is, but it potentially is, because these decks usually play 3 copies. So they don't play a basic mountain, eh? So that's 3 copies of living end, 1 exile, 2 in yard. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, they're just honestly just really struggling to get anything going. Perfect. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. That was not a match I thought I could win. So this deck doesn't play any basic mountains, eh? Okay. All right, I'll take it. No concerns, no concerns. Bro, I promise I'm playing 22 lands. I promise. I don't know what these hands are. I promise I'm playing 22 lands. Yo. They begin with 7. We got a Maul. Alright, whatever. I'll keep this. Drop Trap, because that doesn't do... Yeah, drop Trap, because that doesn't do anything for me. Okay. Sure. I like it. So I'm gonna play Soul Guide with Dispute backup. That's my plan here. Yeah, I'm gonna play Soul Guide with Dispute backup. So next turn I can go sure, yeah, next turn I can go kind of Misty Rainforest, put that down, then play Soul Guide. If they go to interact with it, I'll Mystical Dispute, and then I just have Soul Guide up for the interaction with Living End. Okay, so they got their red mana. Rip. Okay, alright. So there goes my Soul Guide Lantern, but I still have Remand, which is... I don't know, it's something. I don't know what to tell you, it's something. They exile the Living End, okay, that's fine. Yeah, the Living End in their hand doesn't do anything, so... It sucks that we're a turn behind, too. Because we could, if we were a turn ahead, obviously, we could attack the Spirebluff Canal with that information. Like the no basic land thing. But it's tough. Like, they take Soul Guide. Yeah, okay. I was just like, I don't know why there's like a thought process here. You take Soul Guide. Okay, yeah, yeah, I can mess with Double Dispute. What would be nice is if I had like one more turn, because then I can Remand plus Dispute. But I probably will not have one more turn. I mean, I could. They could try. So to be fair, they could try and go for it on my thing step just to have Force up. But it would be on my upkeep where they'd want to do this. It'd be on my upkeep where they want to do this. Interesting. Okay, so they're gonna give me that ability to now react with both, and that's fine. Let's see if they go for it. Interesting. Let's just have enablers, eh? What am I... Wait, what? Oh, sorry. There's the Living End. I was like, where's the Living End? Okay. So this is where I think we like just literally lost, because I don't have any good options here. I don't have anything. They just have two more ways to get it. You know what? You know what? My mistaken. You know what? Well, to be fair though, I don't think it was a mistake. I think we actually did, like, trying to surgical the Force was the way to do it. Well, okay, let me think here. What was a better way I could have played that? Because there is a world where if I hard countered the Living End, I could have put it into the yard and then surgicaled. The problem is that just leaves me wide open. Resolve, counter Living End. So this is the thing, right? Okay, so sorry, I actually just read this. So this is what I'm talking about right now. So that is an option. My problem is I have to play around the fact that they have Force, right? Like, what are the odds here that, I guess it's like a higher opportunity. It's probably higher odds that they have multiple enablers, right? Because there's more enablers than there are forces. But I was just playing around the fact that they would have force, in which case that line wouldn't work, right? That line wouldn't work. They would just force it. So I mean, hindsight is 2020, to be fair. But like now I can't do anything. Yeah, they get so much back. They get like grief. They get a 4/4. They get 7/7s. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's tough. I think Duvid, your line is better. Because again, the odds are they don't have force and they do just have multiple enablers. They're just trying to throw out cards based on based on the information in our hand, because they do know our hand and that's how they're playing it. That's also fair too. If you read it as a second enabler, you will lose. Okay, so if we're gonna play a numbers game, then in that case, you're probably correct, because I guess like the other thing to think about is they went with that line of play, knowing what's in our hand, not knowing that we had surgical. So they knew what was in our hand with grief, and they still went for that play, trying to. Okay. Okay, yeah. So thinking about that a little bit more, you correct. Okay, yeah. So it would have been better just to do that. It would have been better just to do that. Okay, lesson learned. Lesson learned. You are correct. Lesson learned. Let's throw this out here. All right, so fresh game, back on the play. Let's make it happen for game 2. Let's make it happen for game 2. So a little bit of some tight plays there actually could have got us that win there. So still feeling pretty good. Still feeling pretty good. Okay, so it looks like affinity. Yeah, so still feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, definitely do this. Play this. Still feeling pretty good. So this is going to be a matchup where Tasha's is going to struggle. Oh, it's just hammer. Oh, okay. Okay, it's just hammer. All right, cool. That's fine. So this should actually be now that I'm thinking about this should be one of those matchups where Archmage's Charm actually shines. Because if they you know what's funny? If they just put if they just put like they got a 1/1, I just take it, and then I just have like my own creature with a Colossus Hammer on it. That'd actually be pretty funny. So this is a matchup where Tasha should just win us the game. So we don't want to lose out of nowhere with because the Inkmoth Nexus. So let's kill that. We can hold up Suspend, and I think that's how we want to play that. It's fine. We can generally beat the Urzas. We should be able to beat Urza Saga here. My problem is, of course, just the Infect land. So we should be able to cheese our way through this. What's nice is, again, playing mono blue, did not know until like 2 days ago that Suspend was a magic card. That, not the mechanic, but like literally the card called Suspend was a magic card. Pretty sweet, the fact that blue has removal like this. Regardless of how conditional it is still sweet that we have removal on one. And it might not be the best thing in the world, but I think it does matter. It does push stuff like this over the edge, so. It does push stuff like this over the edge. So I'm wondering if they actually just create a thing here. Oh no, they don't. Okay, so they just get the hammer. It's fine. All right. Word. Okay. So you control 3 or more artifacts. Well, they do control 3 or more artifacts, don't they? Okay. Sure. Yo. Spin that. That's fine. So draw, they'll Thoughtseize and take our Tashas probably. So there is a line where like I don't know. I think they'd still just take our Tasha's, because there's a world where they actually just take our Archmage's Charm, so we can't steal this. But I actually think they just take our Tasha's, to be fair here. And then I will just hold up Archmage's Charm to steal the hammer if I need to. Yeah, to just straight up just to steal the hammer if I need to. It's very, very likely that they just get an artifact down, and you know, Metalcraft, 0 equip, blah blah blah. I just take it, and if, like, worst case scenario, I cycle Fractured Sanity. It's fine. Yeah, you definitely take the Tasha's here. If I go land drop into Tasha's, I'm pretty sure I'm like over 90% of win of the game, just in terms of odds. With 30 cards left, yeah, pretty much. So we're very close. We're very, very, very close. I don't think we want to grind in this matchup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fetch this out now. What this allows me to do, take minimal amounts of damage. I could bring in like the Watery Grave tapped or whatever. But I think what this allows me to do is go like Cycle Fractured Sanity. If I draw another one, Cycle Fractured Sanity. Okay, there's the Ink Moth. So they could activate 3 artifacts. Equip Colossus Hammer onto this, but they know we have Archmage's Charm, right? So that's the thing they have to be worried about here. Sure, insert your library all you need to. So if they don't go for some type of like lethal swing, Archmage's Charm is just gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna point it out myself. Just gonna draw 2 cards. Sure. Hammer it is. So they're trying to give themselves like 2 hammers. Is that what this is? Okay, so in this case, they just play the last hammer. They get 3 and equip. So I have to gain control of this. I have to gain control of that. And then what that does is now they're only at one active artifact. So that makes it a little tougher for them, which kind of sucks. They had the Thoughtseize. That kind of sucks. So that puts us a little bit behind. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Well, that solves that problem for them. And then they get the thing back next turn. All right. Yeah, I gotta take the damage there. Shelldock Isle. All right. So if they don't find a way to win, then that's that. All right. Well, Fractured confirms it. I don't want to do anything dumb with just thing here with Tasha's. Maybe they have a 15 drop or whatever. The exile could matter, to be fair. I'll take Tasha's. The exile could matter. The exile could matter. Yeah, so I'll do that. We'll just like try and chump as much as we can here. I don't think we necessarily lose. I don't think so. They have 1 card in hand, right? It is. Oh no, we do. Oh my god, the Ink Moth Nexus. Right, the 10 Infect. No. They just win with Infect here. They got to see the line. I'll make them see the line, but they just win with the Ink Moth Nexus. Yeah. All right, that's fine. Yeah, and they just play with Flash. I was like, wait, what are they doing? They're losing. No, they're just gonna play with Flash. Okay, cool. That's fine. All right. Yeah. Not much I'm doing about that. Yeah. Draw your card. Draw a card. Yeah. Put it on that. Okay. I just needed to see that. Fine. All right. We tried. They got lucky with their Thoughtseize. I'll give it to them. Echoing Truth's an option. I think maybe we just want to play Surgical Extraction. My big problem right now is Remand is kind of iffy. So I think we just play this. I think we just play the Surgicals. I have to be ready for Emrakul potentially coming down. We could play Echoing Truth. I think everything else is valuable. We could... Echoing Truth doesn't necessarily like properly solve the problem. If they start off with, so if they go like turn 1 Sigarda's Aid, Echoing Truth's dumb. It officially doesn't work, because then I'm like a turn behind with it. All right. All right, no turn 1 Cigar Aid. Go like turn 1 Thoughtseize. Oh, there you go. Yup. And okay. Well, I guess we're trying to look for hammer. So there's the surgical extraction I needed. All right, so we are definitely trying to look for hammer right now. I'll go one at a time here. Oh my god. You gotta be freaking joking. I'm 12 cards deep, can't find a single one. Okay. There's literally nothing else worth taking. There's nothing else worth taking here. Do I just like surgical to try and see if I lose the game? Like, god damn. Oh, wow. Yes. 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 Now this is the line. This is the line we need. Okay. So you just don't have it. You just don't have it. You just don't have it. Love it. Love it. There's the... There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah, I'll just take it now. It's fine. It's not... No need to be fancy. Oh, they have double Thoughtseize as well. Oh, jeez, opponent. Oh, jeez, opponent. Okay, just take it out of there. Do they have Emrakul? That's the next thing we got to worry about. No Emrakul, so if there's no Emrakuls, I will take out Soul Guide Lanterns and play Echoing Truth. Sound good? So I'll probably just play those. Duress, though. Okay, cool. They have double Thoughtseize, which is nice. That's fine. You gotta grind me out. So in this case, we need to cast a 3-drop. We'll do it. Okay, so there's no point in this getting Thoughtseized, right? It's just forward velocity. There's no point. Oh, actually, we just win here. What am I saying? No point. We just win here, right? Yeah. What am I saying here? Yeah, we just win here. It's like, I'll just save Shell Dog. It's like, wait, save Shell Dog for what? We just win. Just win. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. All right. Cool. All right. Okay, so I'm wondering if Profane Memento is actually worth it. I'm wondering if the Profane Mementos are actually worth it. I could play one. And it's something. Actually, you know what? I could just play a Remand. I just... Remand is something. Whereas this is just like if they just put it on Infect, then Profane does nothing, so whatever. At the end of the day, Profane Memento's here for the burn matchup. I have to remember that, so... it's for burn and like creature decks, so... That's fine. Let's see, depending on how good this league does, I might actually just upload it as the exploring mill, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I'll keep this just because it has Echoing Truth. Like it has something on 2, so I'll take a fair amount of damage before like something goes off. Yeah. That's where things get sticky. Yep. So if I need... Oh, I can't even block. Yeah, well... Saga, yep. So, fingers crossed they just don't have it. Okay. So they could. Again, has flash, so very well could. Yep. Sounds good. Yep. Here's what I'll do. I'll let him go to combat, right? And then what I'll do is I'll block the Esper Sentinel. And then I'll Echoing Truth the Ornithopter. Oh. Okay. We'll have to block regardless. My plan doesn't work. I actually wanted to like 5-head them hard here. Well, that kind of sucks. So it's one less thing that they can attach it to. So what I'll do is I'll actually return the Ornithopter. Let them draw a card. So that's out of combat. I block that. And then next turn, I can play Archmage's Charm. Hold that up. That's fine. Come on. All right. Or we just lose. Oh, Thoughtseize. Good card. Good card. Good card. I can't blame them. There's a reason this deck splashes black, right? At the end of the day, there's a reason this deck splashes black. So, just what it is. So Echoing Truth's pretty good here. I'll take it. And we'll play it out. Play it out. Let's see what we got. What's nice is at least this only triggers. So I believe. Okay, so we'll put it on that. That's fine. Yeah. So they have the other Colossus Hammer in hand. This only triggers with equipments that enter. Yeah, so that's fine. So we'll block here and we'll block here. Sure. Yep. Thank God for Echoing Truth. That's fine. Draw your card. Remember, we don't want to return the hammer. We return the creature so that the hammers don't get the cigar that triggers. Hey, look, if they're just gonna have it all the time, you know, with their Thoughtseizes, then I'm allowed to just have my, you know, other card as well. So, you know, allowed to just have it as well. Play your Ornithopter. Yup. Nice, nice. Yeah, so I'm actually just going to aggro them out. Was it possibly worth it to bounce the aid in response so they lose the hammer to the battlefield and then they would have to spend mana to recast it? Bounce the aid in response so they lose the hammer. It's not a bad line. It's not a bad line, actually. That's fair, too. It's actually not a bad line. That's fair. Too many lands? Yeah, it's not a bad line. I like it. Did not think about that. How's the list treating you so far? Are we proving that 20 court interaction gets... Yeah, I mean, I would say regardless, I think we are proving that. Like, a bit of a misplay on my end. Just some bad odds evaluation on my end lost us the game 3 against Living End. So we're 0-1 right now. And then we're in game 3 against Hammer. Honestly, our Hammer opponent is just drawing the nuts right now, so... Let's see here. No pyramid, it's part of the pyramid. Yeah. Dre gets his pyramid. Dre gets his pyramid. Yeah, so a bit of some bad like odds evaluation. Yo, come on. You know what? To be fair, I should have actually surgicaled that. To be fair. Oh, I don't even have it in the yard as surgical. Okay, so we just tier 1 just lost. 1, 2, 3. Cool. All right. Bruh. Yes, opponent, you have damage. You have so much damage, and I can't do anything. Yeah, whatever. It just doesn't even matter. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're 0-2. We're 0-2. We're 0-2. I think it's very doable. It's just the fact that, like... Oh, word? It's just, like, trusting in the fact that, like, the core mill package is enough, and what you said is exactly true. Just a little bit of interaction gets you there. And... whatever. All right. We could just win. What does being mono blue add to the deck? So, being mono blue doesn't actually add anything to the deck. It doesn't. It does absolutely nothing. It adds absolutely nothing. And that is the biggest downside to this. I am only doing this for proof of concept and because I am the content creator, so I have to show that it's possible or not possible. But that is the big question to ask. It's the one I was avoiding until the end, but I'm happy someone asked it. But yeah, it doesn't actually add anything. Oh. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's something, but like, I don't know. Because traditionally, obviously, it's been like the chroma card, right? It's been, let's play mono blue. We play with this big finisher that has chroma. But because all these combo decks just have like force negation off the bat in the main board, that version of mono blue is just like bad, right? Like it has to be just bad with all the force negation running around in the format and the cheap interaction counter magic, right? With is it Murktide? I mean, to be fair, this is more of like a thing that happens in challenges and higher end events where you expect this in the mirror, maybe not so much in leagues, but where you see Murktide decks even playing Spell Pierce in the main, right? You just get punished to all oblivion for doing garbage like that. So, I don't know. I guess it's more proof of concept. Me and my blabbering for like the past 10 minutes is more so proof of concept. But I think it's possible. I think it's just proving the fact that like the core mill package gets there. And a little bit of variance will give you the plus or minus. You know, put you in a 4-1, put you into 2-3. But, you know, and then on top of that, a little bit of luck gets you the 5. Okay. Prismatic. I would have loved the untapped Suspend just to save my crab here. 0-3. It's been a rough league. Oh no, we are 1-2, but I guess spiritually we're 0-3 because the one win was I just go land Hedron Crab and our opponent instantly concedes. They just like instantly concede. So, okay, do they have Ephemerate for this? Okay, do you have Ephemerate for this? Okay. Interesting. Were they actually scared of this so bad that they wanted to pitch Ephemerate? Okay. Interesting. So this is just blue-eye control, right? Blue-eye control playing Marsh Flats? I mean, hey, let's see if it's Reanimator. Could just be Esper control, but I'm starting to believe Reanimator. Yeah, it's Reanimator. Okay. So this is like no, this is Reanimator. Okay, so this is like Spike's Reanimator. Cool. Okay. This is Spike's Reanimator. I read it. Okay. I like Remand. I should be able to field and then yeah, this list is pretty good. I actually wanted to touch on it maybe the week after. Like not this coming week right here, but next week. but I do want to rent it up. I just don't know what's expensive and what's not. Is this a very expensive list, like ticks wise? No, I can't let that resolve. Yeah, I can't let that resolve. We might just end up grinding out, so I'll start getting my watery graves. They go to play Teferi again. Solitude's in paper. Not sure about... Oh, that's fair too. Yeah, actually, Solitude might push me out of this. Yeah, because I don't have, like, any of these staples, right? Like, I don't... I might have the mana base. I don't have Solitude or Teferi, and then it's just, like, a matter of getting the rest of the cards. I might not actually be able to rent this. Ugh. Bro, why? Wondering if I just let this resolve and just draw 2 cards. Honestly. That's a way to do it as well. Yeah, like if I borrowed off someone. Wondering if I just actually let this resolve. Yeah, I think I'll just draw 2 cards, let it resolve. Okay, and then that's fine. So they'll take Soul Guy Lantern. Remember, this is game 1. I am playing 3 main board Soul Guides. Yep. Just keep milling them over. They're gonna play this. I shouldn't be passing through like that. What I hate about this right now is that Remand doesn't solve the problem. Like, Remand just allows them to cast it again. The Remand just forces them to tap out for the reanimation spell. That's what I hate about this. But oh well. Sure. Meet me at our spot. This deck isn't playing like Counterspell, right? It's just, yeah, it's just like a Muldrifter package. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Lots of mana being tapped. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Oh, wow. A lot of cards that won't do much in this matchup. I like it. And they're tapped out. I like it. I like it. We have 2 blue sources. Okay. Okay, I'll put it into my hand. Yeah, Ephemerate version doesn't play Counterspell like Control. It means more mainboard grief and, yeah, Thoughtseize postboard. Which is honestly a bit tougher, right? The more so a strategy becomes a little bit more mid-rangey for us, the tougher it is, so. Why do they tap like this? Why do they do this? Are they just like card casting grief here? Like, they're just trying to play Teferi, right? That's all this is. Hey, what's up, Skidall? We're just talking about you, just running through my version of the mono blue list. Oh my lord. Okay, like, how? All right. Yo, okay, all right. Good grief, pun intended. All right, wait till the next turn and do anything funky with them. I mean, it's not bad, actually. Yeah, it's not the worst thing here. I want to see if they actually get a basic. They have a basic to get. Okay, they will get. Okay, so that's one less card. They go to 15. It's gonna be gas for them. Yeah, don't scare me right now. Don't scare me right now. They very well could have it. What do they do? So they pitch an ephemerate. Ephemerate. Okay, so they just have like 2 more ephemerates. Ah! Okay. Suspend. Let me try and bait the ephemerate. Nothing? Suspend. It's all about damage mitigation at this point. Why do they tap out like this? I hate it so much. They're just trying to play Teferi. Why do they tap out all their mana? Archon of Cruelty. Alright. Does this make them draw a card? Enters the battlefield or attacks target opponent, sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, lose 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. Bet. Bet. So I could actually just force them to lose with this suspend. So I'll do this. Right? Archon of Cruelty will enter. I will then hit it with suspend. So what that does is it guarantees that this will just like come down after suspend. So it'll suspend. They'll lose a suspend counter on their next turn, draw a card. And then it'll just like confirm it essentially here. So they have to see if they have a way to win here. Because they have 1 card. Oh, word. Yo, come on. Yo, come on. That's hella saucy. Come on. Come on. Yo. Someone in this chat right now. Yo, someone in this chat right now has not subbed to this chat. Has not subbed to this channel, and that's worth the sub. Come on. That's hella saucy. Someone give me that. That's hella saucy. That's hella saucy. Someone isn't subbed, and that's worth a sub. Throw me your prime. Someone throw me their prime right now. That's worth it. Oh, yeah, baby. That's saucy. Okay. I like it. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. Yeah, someone actually clip that. That'd be pretty sweet. Someone actually clip that. Yo. You're a Pepega. Yo, appreciate it. Okay, yo, against this matchup, Tasha's is bad. Average CMC is too high, even though it exiles. It's fine. Tasha's is bad. We'll play Surgical. I think that's all we want. They're playing more so a Thoughtseize variant. We could actually play Test of Talent, to be fair. Test of Talent might have more value to us. The problem is that I guess Teferi stops everything regardless. Remand just hits all the evoke stuff. You know what? No, we'll submit it like this. They're not really playing Counterspell, right? They're not really playing Counter Magic. If we're under the assumption that they're going to be playing more hand disruption spells, then we'd rather not play Test. If it's going to be more creature-based, because then Test doesn't hit any of that, we'd rather just have Remand. Because what else would I remove, right? I'd swap Remands for it. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Like, it'll get griefed, but, like, I don't know. I can't just play around everything getting griefed, like, not getting griefed or getting griefed. Yo, if they have just, like, land, pitch, grief, ephemerate, like, I'm done. If they just have land, pitch, grief, ephemerate, I'm done. Okay, so they don't have land, pitch, grief, ephemerate. All right, fine. They just take my surgical extraction or potentially my Hedron Crab. See, the thing with Profane Memento in this matchup is that, like, I don't think, look, listen, Liz, hear me out on this. I don't think it gains me enough life versus how much damage I would take per damage source. Like, Archon of Cruelty is like 3 to 9 damage, and I gain 1 life off of it. Right? So that's my thought process behind it. At the end of the day, Profane Memento is honestly solely just for burn. It's solely for burn, and we can, and also sorry for the Saga Van decks to help grind out against them. That's the thing, right? Archon does mad damage. It's a thing. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing. Let's just keep our plays tight. Again, our hammer opponent got really lucky against us. I made a pretty bad call again in game 3 against Living End, and we got that free win on game 3. So let's see if we can turn this into a win, and then let's see if we can turn game 5 into a win. Let's play it tight. Why did they put Uro and Crocs together and give it? Yeah, 100% I would. 100% I would. Those are the matchups where we want those. Yeah. I'm just not mentioning them because they're not common matchups, but yeah, you'd definitely board them in those matchups. 100%. This is a wild league. I went 2-0 into 2-2, and now I'm paired versus Sam Party. Yo, you're really having to prove your chops on this one. You're really having to prove your chops on that league. That is brutal. I wonder if they just, like, play out Teferi to bait out our counterspell. What are you playing for 2? What? Please stop. Please stop. Like, no one actually wants this to resolve, right? Like, okay, whatever. Remand that. Please stop. Like, just stop doing that. Okay. Okay, back to your hand. Okay, you played a land. Cool. Just play this one. We still want to mill them, but yeah, okay, that's fine. So they still only, so when they cast that again, they still only have 1 target. That's fine. They'll cast that again. They'll only have 1 target. That's fine. You don't want to go too far. So once they play that reanimation spell, that's when we can go, like, fetch, fractured sanity, you know, all that stuff. Ooh, they don't go for reanimation. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Sam Party plays Pioneer, by the way. Like, why? Why does Sam Party play Pioneer? Why is Sam Party doing that to himself? Rest in peace. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the point of this league is still just to, like, aggro them out here. Just top deck ridiculous spells and just keep going. I think that's what we have to do. Just top deck ridiculous spells and keep going. So they could very well just reanimate Archon here, and that's what we want actually, because then we can control what we discard. Why are you tapping that way? I don't understand. I don't understand why they tap this way. Why do you tap all your lands? Teferi was counter bait, but landing it makes it harder for you to interact, so it makes sense why they didn't go straight for the reanimation. That makes sense. So sack, discard that. That's fine. They draw a card. which is perfectly fine for me, honestly. As long as they don't play Thoughtseize here. Please don't play Thought. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, boy. Really? Really? Okay. All right. Yeah, so don't make the mistake of passing through Shaft. Let's do this. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. We can't put Luros into our hand because they do have the rights. You're right. So good call on making me remember that. Oh no, they don't. They don't have Unburial Rights. Is that what they actually cast? Oh, word. Okay, so I can put Luros in my hand? I guess. Might as well, right? Might as well go for it. Might as well. Okay, so the Archon's gonna suck. The Archon's gonna suck, realistically. But what's nice about the Archon is that it forces them to draw a card. And that's the positivity that I gotta think about here. That's the positive. Okay. You know what? I feel like I knew that was in their hand, and I still went for this line. I feel like I knew that was in their hand, and I still went for this line. Oh. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Give me a Visions. Visions off the top. Visions off the top. Visions. Come on. Visions off the top. Visions off the top. Okay, so I'm not like dead, but I'm like pretty much dead. So we lose our initial land drops, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this out. Okay, so they get this back. Suspend trigger, I take 3. They draw a card. Yup. Yeah. Who's the one that loses me life? Oh, this thing has haste? What? Oh my god. Suspend gives this crap haste? Oh my god. Damn. This thing gives it haste? Alright, well... run it back, I guess. Yeah. Alright. But it's not like, okay, so it's the mechanic Suspend that gives it haste, not the card itself. But yeah, it's the mechanic Suspend that gives it haste. All right, let's do it. We're on the draw. Let's do it. Play, sorry. We're on the play. Let's do it. They kept 7. They have Grief again, right? That's what this is? You just have Grief? I wish I had like 4. I wish I had 5 Archive Traps right now. Yo, if you Grief Ephemerate me right now, like, don't. Just don't. Okay, fine. I'll take it. I will take it. No, we pass. Because this could be a very sticky situation where I play Crab Land, they have a I give them a reanimation target, and then they just reanimate. So we just pass, hold up, remand, play it that way. Tempo. Okay. Yeah, that's a... That is a reanimation target that is not fun for us in any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. That's not a fun reanimation target for us. It's not 4. Oh, my phone's fully charged. Perfect. Okay. Teferi. It's fine. Tempo. Yeah, Emissary is not fun, considering we're playing one color. Well now. Well now. Okay, I'll see what they do here. If they go for Teferi, what I'll do is I will surgical the unmarked grave in response. If they go for Teferi, I'll surgical unmarked grave in response. If they go for a reanimation spell, obviously just like I'm just worried about them having the thing in hand. Although to be fair, that is 5 off the hand cast. Or if they like Thoughtseize me here, just might as well keep my options open. If they Thoughtseize me here, they force my hand, that's fine. Yeah, so here we grab the unmarked grave. For sure. Perfect, so we get that one. Oh, they have no more. Wait, why did I do that? Why did I grab unmarked grave? Oh, right, because the one in their hands. They have the reanimation spell, which is fine. I'm actually just hoping to beat the reanimation spell. My burn... Oh, snappy when I named instance. That's fine. Okay. I think I misplayed. I think I severely misplayed here. I was thinking of unmarked grave as a different... I was actually thinking of unmarked grave as persist, and persist is unmarked grave. I misplayed here. I was like, yo, they have the reanimation thing in their hand, so I just take the one in their thing. No, I misplayed here. Oh, geez, Louise and a can of cheese. Just gonna, like, grief me here. I lose my archive trap. So... Okay, they got 7 cards left. They can't uptake my Ruin Crab. If I can draw Archmage's Charm here, I win. Because I can Archmage's Charm them, mill them for 6. I can Archmage's Charm. Oh, sorry, I can Field of Ruin, mill them for 6. Archmage's Charm, force 2 draw. So if I can draw that, I win. But to be fair, Archive Trap's also a win. Another Fractured Sanity is also a win. Another Crab is also a win too. We're just kind of one off there. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say they don't actually want to play Archon here because it's all about like numbers thresholds, right? Like they're at 7. No, like they're gonna take grief. That's what I mean. The trap's not gonna live. But yeah, I was gonna say if they played Archon, we won. Because they draw 1 card forcing that threshold. Okay.
That is unfortunate. So I think I'm supposed to do that. So they can't. So the reason I'm doing that is that if they don't have another black, they can't hard cast Grief. Yeah. So they can't hard cast Grief. I think I. Okay, so they cast Persist, right? Persist. They have Unburial Rights. Persist. They have Unburial Rights. There's one more. They have 2 Unburial Rights. There's one more Persist. Okay, so let's suspend. No. We'll. But then they hit it anyway, and then I just lose it. No, yeah. I think we'll just use it. I think I'll just use it. It's fine. It might as well get some level of value if nothing. Okay, yeah, so right now, they can obviously get the Emissary, which is also annoying. But I can't put Teferi. I can't put Luros in my hand. I have to have like 7 mana, legit. I have to go like Luros. I have to go like Luros, pull Luros in my hand, play Luros, get the value out of it, or at least 6. I have to, or they could just bounce it, but. Okay, yeah, see, like, hands like this are good draws. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. Okay, so they should not have a clock anymore. I don't think there's a way they actually get me to 0 off 15 life. Yeah, that's gonna enter the battlefield. I have a land. They have to kill Crab. Actually, they don't even have to, sorry. Like, they just lose here unless they have a way to shuffle. Okay, cool. All right, cool. 2-2. 3-2. I'll post a sideboard guide for it. Because why not, honestly? Like, honestly, why not? Okay, we'll keep it. Play Misty. So this is a fresh... Ooh! Ooh! Tron, you're saying, eh? Okay. Oh, but it's E-Tron? God damn. I thought it was Green Tron. Okay. Let's see here. So, okay, no, it's fine. Can't do anything about that. Yes, we just hold this up. This could be a matchup where we grind, so we'll see. Okay. Do it. Sure. Yep. Mill him. Each one it is. So 2 chalices in the yard. Both this two Karns as well, which is pretty good. Wait, what? How do they cast this? Oh, card types in your graveyard. How do I look at this card? Sorry. That sucks. Nice, 3-2. You got there, Garuda combo. think we have to counter this. Yeah, I think we just hard counter. This is why we keep that up. So they do get to control me. That's fine. During their next turn. Yeah, so now they control me. Oh, so that. Damn it, man! You tell me I drew the Hedron Crab because now they're gonna play Hedron Crab and mill me. Come on. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Totally forgot you can counter that version of Oracle. Yeah. This is so dumb. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, that's so dumb. Yup. And then they can choose to get nothing, right? That's what that is? Do you have to get something? Okay. And then just like exile their graveyard, that's fine. Yeah. I guess, yeah, they didn't go down that right. That's fine, that's fine. So I take an extra turn now, right? Yeah. That's fine. Let's do it. Let's play some Magic. Okay. That's fine. So I gotta save it for the card they play after that. Can't get too overzealous here. So opportunity, we still lose this. Okay. So, Distended Mindbreaker. Yo, this is like standard. This is like when these cards were out in standard. Like, damn. All right. That's what I mean. You got to be ready for anything. I'm playing this garbage. You got to be ready for anything. Okay, so you know that's in my hand. I will take that out. Ooh, so close. Yeah, it's the same thing. They just take that or not. Like, if I just draw, yeah, that's fine. Like, if I use this to draw Suspend, I'll lose the Suspend, so might as well just give it to them. Okay, I like that. I like that. So they're down to less mana. I'll put Luros into my hand. Just hope to dodge another Reality Smasher, because then once that happens, I can play Soul Guide again to redraw cards. That's the goal. Yep, it's fine. Soul Guide again to just redraw cards. I'll take the damage. Actually, I could have just blocked, but I think generally here, I just want to do funky stuff like this. 1, 2, 3. Play this. Okay. Okay. Not much I'm doing there. They'll attack. It's not lethal. Ooh. Okay. Give me a card. Alright, no blocks. Karn? Blist on what? Okay. Oh, I can take control of that too. That is lovely. I can actually take control of that. But they'll probably just kill it, to be fair. They cannot seem to find a land. So, do I take the Tron land? So, tower, tower, tower in exile. And Tower and Graveyard, because they don't have access to Tron, so I just take the Temple. Yeah, mess them up on land. So they're not, it's like 4 mana to add a counter, right? So they're not doing that anytime soon. I will just chump, right? Like my crab will chump, that's fine. Okay. Okay. So I'm at virtually 4. And then target player draw 2 cards. Archmage's Charm is so good. Archmage's Charm is so good. Jesus. Honestly. So good. Let's go. All right. Okay. Eked it out. Literally, just the skin of our teeth. Skin of our teeth. Matchup like this. Surgical's a hard call here, just because of the fact that they're playing Chalice. That's the tough call here. So I have to play Echoing Truth. I think I'll shave Tasha's, right? But I don't think I can play Surgical Extraction. That's a tough call, right? Like as soon as they play Chalice on 1, that's a tough call. I think I should though. Honestly, I think I should. Yeah, like probably just bring me more value than that, right? So just shave 2 cards. Let's shave a Remand and a Fractured Sanity. That's wrong. Keep Fractured Sanity. Drop a Suspend, right? Like just the amount of 1 mana spells I have. I don't know. It is just weird. This is honestly just weird. Definitely one of the bigger downsides to Mill and Modern, right? Like Chalice of the Void. You come up against you find yourself up against a good Chalice of the Void shell, and yikes. Let's see what we can do here. I just need some Vaseline. Oh, lips are super dry. Just spent the weekend at the family cottage, and the air is super dry over there. Doesn't sit well with my partner. She didn't come, but like just mentioning, she was the first one to really kind of bring it up, because of her sinuses. I was like, yeah, no, honestly, now that you mention it, yeah, like every time I go over there, like it's just like my lips are dry by the end of it. I always forget Vaseline when I head over. All right, so they capped to 7. Fingers crossed they don't have Chalice. That's all I have, right? Like, fingers crossed they don't have Chalice. That's fine. If that's the 7 they kept based off of no Chalice and I can get there. All right, well, might as well, I guess. Okay, Sorcerer, Spyglass, Distended Mindbender. Okay, All is Dust, Promised End, not Aeon's Torn. Okay, so there's actually no shuffle effect. Wow, okay. Okay. So I can actually shave the amount of, I can actually shave Soul Guide Lances, which is big. I just lose a little less to Chalice, which is important. Okay. I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's just not a lot I'm doing here, which is the problem. Not a lot I'm doing here, so I think I just concede. Just go to the next game. Look, I ain't here to waste people's time, honestly. That ain't me. So play the remand, and honestly, just play 2 Tashas. Yeah, play the remand, play 2 Tashas, right? Obviously, bring the remand back on the play. Gonna be pretty big in terms of dealing with the Chalice. We can find it in our opening hand, but if we can find it in our opening hand. I think our opponent recognizes this matchup too a little bit, right? They have to be pretty experienced with it. Chalice is the big reason they win it. I'm gonna keep this just off the Visions of Beyond. If I can find a land, my remand is live. Okay, so they mulled once. Makes you feel a little bit better. I mean, they are back at 7, but, you know, that's fine. Okay, so there's a land I need. Perfect. At this point, I can just hold this stuff up. If I'm be honest, I'm just going to burn the Visions again. Like, they have the Relic, right? Like, I'm not going to get to 3 with it at all. So I'll just burn the Visions here as well. Hopefully I can find that 3rd land, at which point I can just, you know, I can play Crab, hold up the Echoing Truth, stuff like that. Or, not the Echoing Truth, but whatever. Yeah, it's fine. I'll actually remand this. It's a good way to get you some stuff. So I will actually try and build toward the Loros long game here. Alright, tempo. Keep them off the board. Keep them off the board. If I can draw Field of Ruin, that's pretty big, because I can then field the E-Temple. Oh, okay. So we're not. Okay. Alright. That's not what we want. Alright. I can play Loros at least, but I can keep like tempoing them out with remands, I guess. And then after that, I don't know, just hold up Archmage's Charm and like like hope for the best. I don't know. This isn't ideal at this point. This is not ideal at all. All right, fine. Suspend is fine. Suspend is fine with me. Yeah, there's no point in playing it. I just like suspend. I could hold up Archmage's Charm. I could suspend, cycle Frack, which might be pretty big. We'll see. This is when it dies, which is nice. Right? Not when it leaves the battlefield. You get that trigger. Eldrazi aren't that busted. They're just powerful. Slightly busted. Slightly ever so slightly busted. Yeah, I'll just cycle. I think it's better to stay patient with the Archmage's Charm and to hold up the hard counter. Sure. Urza's mine and plant. Okay, okay. I rate it. Okay. This sort of things get awkward. I don't have the Archmage's Charm. But, oh well. Interesting. Okay, so they don't have the ability to hit that, but they can just tap it. Which is fine. So they're not drawing land, so I'll take the E Temple out, right? Like they didn't draw a land last turn. I won't extract it. Yeah, feel the temple. Yeah, we'll just extract it right now, actually. Actually, not the temple. I want like one of the Tron lands, so like I hit more. So I'll try and hit Urza's Tower. Just trying to hit the Urza's Tower. And they'll like relic. That's fine. That's fine. And with that, sure. So remember, they can selectively like remove the card, right, with the relic, but it's fine. Force them. It's fine. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we so we can suspend the matter reshaper. Once they go to combat, just take it out. Yeah, that's fine. I think Ratchet Bomb is supposed to go to 3. I think that's what they want. Like they ultimately just want to stop Luros. I feel like I can still keep taking this. That's fine, yeah. I'll still keep taking it. Okay. I'll suspend this. Sure, ping me for 1. Play this. Hit him with that. Sure. Sure. Oh, okay. Forcing my hand. All right. It was named Misty. That's fine. I could save this, to be fair. I actually could just save this. I'm wondering if that's too greedy. Like I could save this. Get a mill 3 trigger. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that opens me up to like winning with like Tasha's, with Fractured. Like, it just gives me a line to win the game. It gives me a line. I think that's how I should play it. I think that's this one I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna save it. And then, oh, I'm actually left with 5. Yeah, so Archive Trap actually opens up as a further win condition. Yeah, you know what? No, this was the play. So I can just, if I can, fingers crossed, top deck something here. It's not exactly the top deck I was looking for. That's fine. Put that into my hand. I don't have a need to play it just yet, because I can just block this, right? Just block this. So it comes down. That's fine. Ratchet Bomb. Just chump it. Okay. Play that. Play this. Don't crack it just yet. This is close. I went for a line to try and win the game, right? Like, I think that was the way to play it. I went for a line and okay, everything's a swamp. All right. This is close. This is very, very, very close. I wonder how desperate they are. Okay, they are pretty desperate. Sure. So I can remand their next spell, which is pretty big. Why does it die? What? Are they casting this? Is that how that works? Okay, so I can't let them like play a threat. That's one thing. That's one thing, right? Like, I can't let them play a threat. That's fine. So they'll just get me... Okay, Thought Knot's here. It doesn't enter. They'll just get me to discard the remand. That's fine. I'll take that. Whew, okay. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. Come on. We got there. We got there. We got the 3-2. This is going to be the Exploring Mill video going up on Tuesday. And, yeah, sideboard guide going live for this. Look out, sideboard guide going live for this. Okay. All right, everyone, time for the wrap up. Now, again, that stream that we just did, I did not expect to kind of do that well, so I didn't end up doing a wrap up there. So I figured, let's do this right now. I recorded the intro. Let's do a wrap up. So we ended up doing pretty well. Pretty solid, 3-2. All right, we fought for it. We got there. Suspend was able to show its chops. We were even able to do some funky stuff with the Archmage's Charms like we wanted. Now, some things I want to switch around are potentially messing with the mana base a little bit, exploring some of the mono blue lands that I might have access to. I didn't really take a good look through, but beyond the Shelldock Isles, there are some other options. Now, people have suggested Castle Vantress to me. I don't think Castle Vantress is the way to go just because of the mana cost on it. I don't think we'll be able to make use of it for a lot of in a lot of ways, and it's a land that doesn't come in untapped on turn 1. Shelldock doesn't do that either, but it gives us the ability to at least gain some value with it
that card just doesn't. We'll never really get to activate it and just comes in tapped. Not great. Other cards that I want to try are not so much new cards, but cards that are in our sideboard that I want to explore further. So maybe cards like Mesmeric Orb can appear in the sideboard. One of the things that the Mill Discord and a lot of Mill players have been discussing is the return of Mesmeric Orb, especially in the sideboard. If the meta starts slowing down and we want to take advantage of people tapping out, Mesmeric Orb is a very powerful card. So potentially replacing the Test of Talents with something like that. The problem is that our sideboard slots are tough. We want our Surgical Extractions to make sure we have counter hate, and we want cards like Profane Memento because we just don't have great life gain options in mono blue. And this is really just our only out, against the burn strategies. But one thing I do want to think about is if burn is only one deck in the meta, and that's the only type of life game we're worried about, do I even bother hedging against it? Because our chances of playing it are so low that we might as well just take the loss to it. Why not use those 4 slots to better prepare for the rest of the meta that we will see at a higher percentage, at a higher 90%? So that's something I'm thinking about right now. But let me know if you want to see more videos with mono blue gameplay, if you want to see me stream more, and let me know your suggestions about where to take this list next. And I'd love to hear it in the comment section down below. But for that, we will end this video here. Remember that even the impossible is possible. And as we ponder that thought, I hope you'll join me next time with whatever crazy build I'm doing as we take a glimpse into the unthinkable.